All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Bring the set. What is it? 54 miles. Here I come.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Switch. Let's 57's right.
On second down, McCaffrey. McCaffrey with a first down and more. And all the way up to the 37-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch his flat. Eight. He's checking. Hey.
They'll try the air now with Newton. Being chased. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand. Put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal.
Watch the pass.
A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1.
Check safety, check safety.
And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll try and run for it. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Corey Grant with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Ready? Step 180. Mike 57. All day, baby. All day. All day. All day.
On the ground, McCaffrey.
Got you, boy.
He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Ready? 180. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I got you. I got you. Hey. Hey, ready?
3rd and long. It's Newton. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Pilardi now on to punt as he sends this one away. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. To throw is Prescott. Going up top. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Boston. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey, and he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Check. Watch. Gun. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Mine's 54. Mine's 54.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack.
Sack City, baby.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right?
There he goes left side. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 54 yards. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. They will run with Grant, and he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Corey Grant with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. So the big play to kick off the drive set them up 1st and goal, and they're able to cash in right away on play number 2.
I think I'm starting to understand more and more when we get ready to do games and we meet with coaches why they talk about big plays, explosive plays, and how it sets them up for success, because that's exactly how they were able to score on this one. We saw the touchdown. We saw the payoff. But, of course, that big, long chunk play is what got him in position.
And he's going to get taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
their own 8-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Mike 54. Watch the car. Watch the car.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now.
Here we go. Here we go. Okay, 180. 54 Mike. Check the outs. Check the outs. Check the outs. Great.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's taken to the 26. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 480. Mike 54. Here we go.
On the RPO, Prescott's going to keep it himself. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2.
Let's go.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Mike 54. Bring it. Bring it.
From the gun, here's Newton. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
Come on, QB, come on. Gun.
On 1st and 10, Newton. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Newton. He's going to find Gallup here complete. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
17 yards on the play. It's now 3rd down.
Set one in. Right to the 3. Let's get in there. Let's get in there now.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. He's going to take a shot right away for the end. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spend too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. This is the
The lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 43-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
He's tired of me. He's tired of us. Express! Great. One set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now Newton. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now a run with McCaffrey. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go with McCaffrey. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run with McCaffrey. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's go.
A final shot before the break. Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he will be... Sports. It's in the game. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear
by the time
we have to leave the booth.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Mike 54. Hey, kill. You better be afraid of me. Right there.
Prescott now. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 12 yards there and a first down. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
Let's go. Hey, here we go. 180. Here we go, 47. You must be getting tired of seeing me. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. 54. Come on. You better bring it. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. 26.
Prescott now from the 50. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. The fly route works for the TD Graham.
And you know what the receivers love to say? If we get even with the defender.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
That's it. What ain't it? Mike's 54. Mike's 58. Let's get it together, defense.
To throw on 3rd down. Newton eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9. They will go for it. Now Newton. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Right there, 54 Mike. Watch the backer, watch the backer.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The all-pro linebacker Luke Kuechly right there on the coverage, stride for stride. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
54 Mike.
Throwing. Prescott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
42, Panthers nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35 and make it the 40-yard line.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try to get the running game going with McCaffrey. And, boy, this defense, again, really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Ready. Silver.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Great. Lock 57. Ready? Check.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position.
Here we go. 58 to Mike. Watch QB draw. 26.
1st down, Prescott. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
A 2nd down throw for Prescott. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Prescott now. A perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards and a 1st down, Cowboys.
1st down, Cowboys.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Certainly appeared like they had a great chance of that turning into a touchdown, but maybe led him just a bit too much.
Yeah, out of the back of the end zone. And that's tough on a 5-yard pass, but one of that distance, that can be tough to gauge when you're in the back of the end zone. And once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To the air again, Prescott looking for the end zone. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Throwing right, and that's complete. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. In for the score as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. This will be taken in at the 1. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. The tally there, -2 yards. Brings up third down. Now Newton. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And they're going to go for this. Just 1 for 3 so far on fourth down tries. They're trying again. Here's Newton. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminate it.
On third down, Newton. Throw left side complete. That's Lawson. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 29-yard line. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Mike 54. Rabbit. Great. Right there. 54, right there. Right there. Smoke. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Mike's 5'4". Mike's 5'4".
Newton throwing again. And he will find his man on the outside. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Panther first down. Newton now perfect since the second half started. 7-7. It's 1st and 10. Newton to throw. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Michael Gallup, his second touchdown on the season. And it's for pride now, but the Panthers do get a bit closer. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told, as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's a Carolina 1st down on a gain of 16. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 32 on the play. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A shotgun snap for Newton. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Panthers gain a bit of respectability. Gano now to add the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And that'll carry over the back line. The end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Prescott on first down. Dumps this one off to Mack. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening?
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now Prescott. Cooper's got it. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one will go down as 33 yards on the third down conversion.
There we go, kill. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Under. Watch 54. Man, that's trash.
Prescott from the gun. He's going to wind up and air it out. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. That one goes for 30 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal.
58. Off. Bandit. And 58 is the Mike. Go 58's the Mike. Let's go.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 30, 20. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
This was almost what I've heard referred to as a pick 12.
Pick 12, explain?
Well, you're talking about the 6 that they were trying to get.
Because they were so close to the end zone.
And now the 6 going the other direction. So when you take a look at teams on the march, they're in the red zone. Then after the interception, and it took a touchdown-saving tackle to keep them from going all the way.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Remember, as they try to run the ball down here, Charles, this is the number 2 rush defense in the league.
So do you accept the challenge up front? Do you get your offensive line together, get your tight end in the ball game and say,
and this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Gano for the extra point. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. We've got a lopsided game here. Which I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Right there.
A first down throw for Prescott. Incomplete. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing here, Prescott. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by James Bradbury. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Through an opening, and there he goes. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be taken very short.
Let's go, baby.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
11 yards there, first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
What we got?
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Wahoo. Go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball. 26.
Well, Prescott here to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Off the play fake, Prescott looking middle, And it's incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
The Cowboys on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Prescott now. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Prescott yet again. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
And he's got the connection to Cooper. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cowboys, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Washington Redskins. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, you wonder what this will do to their playoff prospects as they fall to 8-5. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.